This is Pat Walker at Mission Winners. I hope you're all doing good. It's been some wild and woolly market action, up and down gyrations and everything like this. And, some people it really gets frustrated with it. And you're just like, God, I don't know what to do. I'm getting whipped around. We had this huge swoon. I got caught in it earlier this year, and I just got killed. And now I'm frozen. That's a big word, by the way. Frozen, the freeze. You never want the freeze. You always want to be careful and avoid having major drawdowns. One of my degrees is in psychology, and I'll tell you something. It's really important that you protect what's up here. It's what's before our eyes, what's between our ears. And I've seen it with people that I've worked with through the years. If your head's not screwed on right, things ain't so good. I will just tell you this. And that's something we do. If you need somebody, if you're like, I'm trying to figure this animal out, hey, that's tough. That's a tough deal. And that's what we do. We try to help people. And how do we do it? Well, I want to share this with you. And it's very, very simple. I've been doing this since 1985, 1986. I was there for the crash of 87. I was the sole provider for my family of 6. I had 4 kids in private schools at the same time. We lived off our investing profits. I don't have any wealthy relatives. My dad died when I was 29 years old. So it was just a case of I needed to really get serious about this. I was a broker and an investments advisor in the late 80s and into the mid 90s, late 90s, and then I got out of the business and we lived off our investing profits. And I realized if I'm going to do this, by Jove, I got to be serious. So what do? We went on a vision quest and we started reading and we started studying. And I will tell you, you've got to remember something. When I first started this, there was no internet. There was no I'll just do research. I had to go to the library and read stuff. And I had to draw my own charts. There was no chart service out there. Well, I finally found one called Trendline, which was really great, all right? And then what really helped me is I read the book How to Make Money in Stocks by William O'Neill. The book helped me dramatically. I'm so grateful for that book and the knowledge and the education that's given in there. And I started studying the charts more and more and got engrossed of it. I had the green book, and some of you are going to smile, the green book and the blue book. And what were those? Those were the chart books for the Amex, the New York, the NASDAQ. Green was NASDAQ, blue was New York. You go through, every weekend you go through a couple thousand charts. But that's how you got better, because you could constantly see and reinforce the characteristics of super stocks. Now with the advent of the internet, we don't need to do that anymore. What can we do? Instead of you having to buy the chart books, we can bring them to you. And that's what we do at Mission Winners. Very important factor though, I have to share this with you. This isn't just a case of, Pat's going to just show me some start charts and this is just, we're all going to do the happy dance and it's easy. No, it's not. And I hate to say that, but it takes work. But then I also have to share this thought with you. We're talking about your money. I mean, I think it's pretty dear to you. It can impact your life. It can impact your life financially. It can also impact your life emotionally if you get screwed up. So we try to balance those things. We teach and we coach. One of the things we're really big on is we like to take a look at charts over and over. Why? To train our mind and to train our eyes on what to look for. I'll share some basic facts for you. Statistically, and I taught statistics on the university level years ago, on an advanced level, okay? Numbers matter. And they say, well, what do you mean by numbers? I'm going to give you the recipe for a great cake. And I was an IBD meetup co-leader for over 12 years. And I taught this once a month. Look for stocks that are over the 50-day moving average line. Look for stocks that are within 20% of 52-week highs. Look for stocks that are in the top 40 industry groups. Look for stocks that trade at least 200,000 shares a day. And now this is where it gets really good. Look for stocks that last quarter's earnings were up at least 40% or higher. 40% or higher. Or look for stocks that last quarter's sales were up at least 40% or higher. Look for stocks that are above the 50-day moving average line with an accumulation distribution of A or B. I'm wired really tight about this. Why? I had to be. I had to make money. All right? But I also knew I needed to have a method. And so I'll just share this with you. Instead of reinventing the dang wheel, just listen to what we're saying. It works. It works. It's worked and it works. I can show you, and I will show you, countless examples on what to look for in charts. And these are real world examples. We did this. So what are we providing? You need a mentor. You need to get better. You can reinvent the wheel if you want, okay? Or you can sit there and say, I think what I need to do is I need to study some people that are really good at what they do. And I need to not just listen to their stock ideas. Anybody can get stock ideas. In fact, this is I got an axe to grind here, okay? I taught on the university level, as I said. I got to share this with you. To know that 2 + 2 = 4 is knowledge. Done. Got it memorized. But do you know why? Why? If you know why 2 + 2 = 4, you can transfer that knowledge to other situations. If you know why charts do what they do, if you know that, okay? Why? The foundations, you can transfer that knowledge to other company charts. So instead of depending on others, you have the power. You know what to look for. And it's really not that hard. But you've got to be disciplined. You got to be focused. And you've got to have rules. And you got to have tactics. If you have those things and you follow the guidelines that I shared with you as far as, I call them the foundations of super stocks, you'll make money. You'll make money. Last point I'll make in this area, though, is remember this. Always control risk. You can say, what do you mean by that? It's very simple. A clean and simple, here's the chart going sideways. A clean and simple entry point above that line will give you a clean and simple exit point if it falls below it. Do you have to wait for 5 to 7% losses? No. It's good above 40 and it's bad below 40. Now, am I saying you're going to look at 5-minute charts? No. I will tell you this. We're in the end of April. I haven't looked at a 5-minute chart this year. Why? I'm after trends. I'll also tell you this. I hardly ever look at 10-minute charts. I focus on daily charts. I focus on weekly charts. I focus on hourly charts. And when there's approaching the pivot price, I'll look at a 30-minute chart to see volume confirmation. No volume, no buy. It's that simple. Be very pragmatic here. When you see a breakout, you're scanning your charts the night before, and you see a breakout candidate, and you say, man, going through 21 bucks, that thing looks pretty dang good. It's got all the bells and whistles. Yeah, this is great. You load it in your machine, and the next day, an hour to 2 hours in the open, it hits 21 bucks. Oh, I'm buying. Before you do, you need to look at something. This is a great tactic. This is the real world, by the way. This isn't theory stuff, okay? This is putting your money on the line. Look at the volume. Are people buying it? People talk with their mouths and they vote with their pocketbooks. You know where I want to go? You should want to go there too. Go where they're voting. And it's reflected in volume and price pushing. Find those variables. Stick with those concrete variables. Focus on, as I said, on the characteristics of leading stocks, and you will make money. We're going to go through on Saturday. This Saturday, it's going to be fun. I'll be on my best behavior. How's that sound? I tell you I'd comb my hair, but we're not going to talk about that today. Nope. We're not going to talk about that on Saturday. We're going to go through specifically the routines and the practices. We've put a lot of it together already in previous videos. but we're going to hammer it home. Years ago, I used to teach baseball, okay? And I'm kind of proud because we had a pretty good team. You say, everybody had a pretty good team in Little League. No, some of these kids went beyond there. There was a kid who used to periodically practice with us, and he was pretty good back then. His name was Max Scherzer. So it wasn't because of me, believe me. Certain people have gifts, and you define them, develop them. We're trying to do the same thing in the stock market, right? By the way, he had the gift. He had the gift back then, okay? And he has it now. He's done all right. So I'm going to show you some charts here just to give you an example. There's a quote, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you 1,000 words. Watch this. Look at that chart, Aviv. See this breakout right here? Right through there. It's clean and simple. By the way, had volume coming into it when it went. Look at that volume surge. It's simple. There's nothing fancy about it. I'm going to do another one for you. We're just going to go through some of these. Keyless stock, IIPR. Look at that move. Look at the volume move on that stock. Is that sweet? People talk with their mouths. By the way, when this lifted, this stock had great numbers. There you go. Here's another one for you. Keyless stock, EC. Every night for the VIPs, I make a keyless video and a keyless in tabular format. In the video, I go through every chart and explain the technicals and the fundamentals. I give people the story so that they have the conviction on what to dang look for. Look at that. Is that sweet? Folks, that's a good move. From 12 to near 20, that's good money. All right? Here's another one for you. Wix, right here. Keyless stock. Lifted right up. Now it frittered away, but that's still a good push. That's a really good push. That's a tune almost 20 points. Now that's selling at the top, but are you going to make some good money along the way? And look at this. You're never tested. That's just beautiful. Look at that thing walk up the 8-period exponential moving average line. This is the 8 EMA. There's a long story behind the 8 EMA, and it has to do with research that I did and research that a man did named Ed Seykota, who had the great pleasure of meeting years ago and talking with one-on-one. Ed Seykota. If you don't know that name, Seykota, look him up. Right here. Square. Buy right there. Look at the volume. And off it goes. And it just trends. Look at this. Support at the 50-day. Support here. Lost the 20-day, but it's above the 50-day. Walks up the 8-day. Walks up the 20-day. That's good money, folks. That's very good money. That's close to a double. And you know what? You don't even have to watch it. I took this stock. I remember when this was going, I didn't even have it on my front page. Why? Let it work. Let it work. Upland, right there. Look at the volume surge. Keyless stock. Every one of these, I have to clarify something, and I can document it. Every one of these are stocks that we owned personally. Match Group, right here. Right there. That's a nice gain, folks. Look at that. And it just walked up the moving averages. And it had great numbers. In mode, recent, lifting off right in here. Amazon. This one, this is current. This is now. Entry right there. Entry down here. Entry right there. We own this. Our average price, we bought some here. We bought more there. I'll say your average price is, and you always pyramid properly, okay? Our average price we'll say is $19.75. $19.75. Stocks trading here, that's almost 400 points. 400 points. And guess what? We still own it. We still own it. Check this out. Netflix. Entry right there. Entry right there. That's where we own it. Things moving up to the tune of, at one time, almost 60 points in 4 days. That's what we look for. Do they all do this? No. Nothing works all the time. Nothing. But we strive to find these and let them work for as long as possible. Tesla, entry right there. Entry right there. And marching up. When this dropped, we took it off. But we sold some up here. That was a good gain. It was a very good gain. Almost 200, 180, 200 points. That's what we're looking for. This is what we teach. we teach how to invest properly. Not day trading, not trading, but letting them work as long as possible. We're going to have, as I said, we're going to put it all together for you, and we're going to hit it hard, let me tell you. And yeah, I will be amped up. How? No coffee, no tea, don't worry about that. Just pointing stuff out to help you speed up your learning curve. Like I said, folks, this can be an animal to do. Why not focus on somebody who's done it, and why reinvent the wheel? Learn from them. So we're going to give rules. We're going to show you how to be successful. By the way, let me clarify one thing. I'm not just talking financially, I'm talking psychologically. All right? Get the head together to do this and relish it and enjoy it. Also, be humble. Always be humble. When we accept the fact that every stock is bigger than all of us combined, we manage it accordingly. That's all. And it's a heck of a lot of fun. We own this back here too. This was sweet. Look at that. Right there. There's a buy right there. And look at the move. It's a max list stock. It had great numbers when we bought it. Great. That's what we're after. We have a statistical edge. We have a statistical advantage. Why? Because we know what to look for and we turn off the noise. And if you want to know, come see us Saturday morning, 10:30 Central Time. We're going to go in here. We will go through this. And when we're done, we're going to answer your questions. We're not going to leave any stone unturned. And we will be ready to rock and roll after this meeting. And it's what we do at Mission Winners. And we do this for people 6 days a week. 6 days a week. Teaching and coaching. Anyway, I hope to see you on Saturday morning. And I promise you, it will be worth your time. One thing I don't ever want to do is waste people's time. So let's make it worth your while. I hope to see you. Have a good night. Have a safe night. And again, Saturday morning, Mission Winners. 10:30 Central Time. Let's turn it up a notch and get for it. Get it. Thank you.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. We come up with new content nearly every day. Also, check out the videos on the right. YouTube recommends the one on the top, and the bottom one is something we thought you might enjoy. See you next time.